Long cuff batting gloves have been blowing up over the last couple years, but are they worth the hype? Everyone thinks these things have been around for a really long time, but they haven't. Bear Meyer, CEO of Bruce Boltz, just invented these a couple years ago. Since other brands have kind of followed suit and copied his idea, these are much newer than people think they are. I'm gonna test them out. I'm gonna take batting practice first, then I'll be rating them based off of feel, based off look, and then I'll make some final conclusions based on price, whether or not it's actually worth the extra money. Okay, we took some swings with the long cuff. Now it's time for the short cuff. After taking swings with the long cuff and the short cuff, here are my conclusions. The first pro, I think they look cooler. Honestly, the long cuff I feel like is a classier look. I love the straps, everything about them. I like the long cuffs look a little better than the short cuff. Another pro that can also be a con for some people, but another pro is the wrist support. I feel like as you wrap them wrapped around your wrist, when you're taking your swing, you feel more supported, you feel more connected. Some people like wearing compression sleeves or wristbands when they play, or even taping their wrists, and it gives you that taped wrist feel when you're hitting, which some people really like, and some people need that extra support for their wrists. Also, I feel like if you were to get hit by a pitch, kind of a niche thing, but I've gotten hit right here before in my wrist, and it did hurt a little bit, and I'd imagine with this, you got another like 3 layers of fabric and padding right there. I can imagine that that could be helpful. So those are the pros of the long cuff over the short cuff. However, there's some other things to note. As far as sizing goes, I have one other note that maybe some people won't think about. So with normal batting gloves, I'm a size large, and they fit a little bit small to my hands, but then I feel like they form, these high quality leather, they form to your hands, they feel good. However, with the long cuffs, I wanted to order this pair right here, this Bader like pink and red pair. Some people were recommending it. I feel like it looks super cool. But with this pair, they didn't have any larges, so I went ahead and ordered an extra large. Now, the extra large with the long cuff feels a lot better to me than the large. I have a pair of larges and a pair of extra larges. The extra larges feel better. With the short cuff, large feels better. So something to keep in mind, if you do go with the long cuff, maybe consider getting a bigger size. Now, with regards to price, long cuffs are generally, I think, about $10 more than the short cuff. So it's not that big of a price difference. Really, if you prefer feeling support around your wrists, it's worth paying the extra 10 bucks. One last note, if you happen to buy a new pair of Bruce Boltz, use the discount code CRUISE23 at checkout, or you can use the link in my bio. That'll get you an extra 10% off, and I'll get a little bit from that as well. I'm gonna try to post more long form in the coming months, and as always, I'm Coach Rack. Let's grow.